word, YouTube? You already know, it's your boy Big Will. We're back. Another episode of Life After Prison. So listen, I gotta tell you about this episode that, so a lot of people used to say, like, hey, you know, they always heard, you know, is it true that people put shit in their anal cavity to get it into jail? And it's like, yeah, I mean, where else do you think they put it? You know what I mean? That's one of the most obvious places, right? But even when we were on street crews working, that's what people would do, right? So when you're out working and all of a sudden you're out, someone will drop a package and you pick it up, you know what I'm saying? And there's always one guy that's designated, he's a tucker, and the same thing happens. It's like when you get back to the prison, it's the same thing as going through, it's the same thing as being locked up for the first day. You gotta go in, they strip search you, you gotta bend, squat, cough. A lot of times, well, you automatically go through a metal detector. A lot of times if they think something's crazy, and if it depends on if there's a lot of people down in dispatch when we come in, they won't run us through the scanner machine, because that's for, I mean, it's for the work crew too, but it's mostly for inmates that are coming in from the street, you know what I mean, that they're concerned with. They're not really concerned with us, but, you know, when if we're in the park helping out with the fair and stuff, you know, you if you've been there all week, sometimes you know where you're going, you know what I'm saying, the next day, and it's easy. And yeah, I was at the fair today, you know, setting up, and you know, we clean up and stuff for the people down at the fair. So you leave a note for somebody, or on a message, or, you know, you send a 3-way and you tell somebody, you know, drop it next to the water fountain down such and such park. You know, we'll be down there working, you know, drop a package down there. And then we got to get down there like we're cleaning, and, you know, as we're picking up papers or cigarette butts, guy will drop something in his bucket or whatever, and, you know, blah, 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 get it. When the cop's not looking, all of a sudden it's in his, you know, his pants or whatever, and then he's got to go to the bathroom. Now, from the bathroom, when you're out on a crew, like, you don't have no lube and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So for you to tuck something, like, that's got to be excruciating, you know what I'm saying? And I used to look at people like, dude, you fit that in your anal on the street with a little bit of spit? And people would be like, yeah. I'm like, wow, holy shit. I'm like, looking at dude like, you got a boyfriend on the street? Or, you know, look like you've been in porno movies, because if you're fitting that thing in your ass, and you ain't got no grippers left, you know? And it's always a joke, you know, when you're in a crew, and, you know, you got 6-7 guys going out in a crew, you know, that's the question. How's your grippers? Hey, how's your grippers? I don't smoke cigarettes. I never did. So, like, I never put myself in that position. You know what I'm saying? And the packages would be all together. If it was drugs, you know, we had it come in a different way. Usually cigarettes or things that come in off the streets, you know, because a lot of times they're picking up just cigarette butts. They pick up the cigarette butts, and then they, you know, they put them into, they call them rollies, and they make little rollies. We'll use the wrapper from the toilet paper, like that paper there. Not toilet paper, but, you know, if you ever buy one roll of toilet paper, you got that wrapping on the outside. That's the paper that we use to roll them up. Well, they used to roll them up. I don't smoke, I never did, so I never had to deal with that. But, like, they'll literally sell a rollie, and I'm talking like things as thin as like a wire. Things as thin as like the wire. You know, they'll sell a rollie, a cigarette like that for $6, $8, and people go crazy for it. You know what I'm saying? You'll have somebody go on the street crew, and then you know the whole block will be, you know, everyone's smoking and they're throwing powder around. But I remember one time we go out with a crew, and this kid's got a big package, and he fit it. He definitely fit it. But when we go in, now they're strip searching us. And when he strip searches the kid, he has him squat and cough. And don't you know this fucking package falls out. And I'm just looking, my eyes light up. I'm looking like, this has got to be a fucking mess. This can't be happening right now. I said to the kid, like, yo, how big is your ass for that shit just to fall out? Like, oh, I didn't have it tucked far enough. You know, the kid ended up going to the hole, and everyone in the block was pissed because, like I said, you know, when you got 6 guys out there, whoever smokes, they're all picking up butts, you know what I'm saying? But they all give it to, like, one person to bring them in, you know, or there'll be 2 designated people in case one gets busted, they still get through. But depends if there's, you know, if they go out with a crew where there's only one tucker, he's bringing it back for everybody, you know what I'm saying? And he'll get paid to bring it in this way in case he goes to the hole like this kid did. You know, he still gets canteen and shit down in the hole. But when this kid, the package fell out, I was just amazed. I'm like, this shit literally just fell out of his ass. Like I thought it was a fucking joke at first. But when the kid went to the hole and we all got through with that, done with that laugh, he was in a mess. He was in a world of mess, you know. And it just goes to show you, sometimes it ain't worth it, man. You know, when you go to jail, a lot of times it's like time. You know, you end all your vices. You know, if you're a drug addict, it's time to clean up. You know, if you smoke, it's time to quit smoking. You know, and that's why a lot of time when you get a few years and you don't smoke and all that shit, like it baffles me when somebody gets out of jail and they go right back to smoking, you know, or right back to getting high. You know, people say, oh, I can't get clean, but when you clean for a couple of years and then you come out and you go right back to getting high, it's like you were just clean. Why would you do it? You know what I'm saying? And at that point, that's when you really don't feel bad for nobody anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you were clean for a couple of years, or you stopped smoking cigarettes, like you stopped drinking alcohol, you know, for a couple of years. You literally didn't have it, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you go back to it when you go back out on the streets? Like, for what? Oh, I've been smoking for 20 years. Yeah, but you've been clean. You haven't smoked in 3 years. You know, you smoked a little rollie here or there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of jails here in Massachusetts, they don't allow smoking anymore. You know what I mean? But it baffles me to see, like, why would someone stop smoking again? You know what I mean? After all that time. But, yeah, just that story I had to tell you, man. I was sitting there and I was watching, I seen this dude walking, and I'm saying, wow, he's got an awkward gait on him, and I'm saying, like, the way he's walking, it just reminded me of the kid coming back when we were out on the street crew, and CO telling him, yeah, squat and cough, and when he did, the thing just hit the floor, and I just started laughing, because I'm like, what the fuck, this is not happening, this is out of control, you know what I mean? But let me know what you think. That shit's crazy, right? People just stuck in that shit just for rollies off the street, man. Not even full cigarettes, you know what I mean? I have gone and seen somebody take a whole pack and just send it. You know, they round it out like it's like a tube, so it fits your rectum, and I've seen them just send the whole thing, you know, and get in with it. And then they got a whole pack, and they're breaking down whole cigarettes into 3-4 rollies, you know. You break a whole cigarette down into 3 or 4, sometimes 5 rollies, you know what I mean? And they're selling for $6 a piece, man, and people are buying them. You know, just that taste of nicotine, man. Paying $6 or something, it's crazy. I know what y'all think, you know. When you're out there and you finish them vices, you think they should just stay off it? I do, you know. I've been going good for the last 6 years. Since 2016, I've been in. I haven't drank, done drugs, nothing. You know, I'm not a drinker anyways, but I used to like to get high and sit back and relax, watch a movie and shit, and it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. I can still sit back and watch a movie and not get high, you know, and risk my fucking life on my future. But let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Big Will, and see you all on the next one. Life After Prison. Peace.